beneath the Georgia sky, beyond the hum of passing tires and the rustle of pecan trees, Euharlee has always been more than a dot on the map. It's a place where faith, education, and community came together to create something quietly enduring. The heart of the town beats strongest in its churches. Places like Euharlee Baptist and the Methodist Chapel, where Sunday morning sermons started early and potlucks stretched into the afternoon. These weren't just places of worship. They were gathering spaces and support systems, sanctuaries of song and sermon that stitched the town's soul together one hymn at a time.
Worked on. These are some of the historical Bibles and things like that some of them came from the church, some of them were donated from local families, but you can see, like, even with this one, that's a pressed flower that was left in the Bible that has been there for we don't know how long. I think the oldest Bible we have in here is like 1830s something, and there's even sermon notes and where somebody had wrote down like scriptures and things and stuck inside the Bibles. This is the actual piece that was found, but this is one we blew up, and it's somebody's notes that it's the text of scriptures preached at Euharlee, August 1869. So somebody had wrote down these verses, and to sit down with, my own Bible and look them up and see, like, okay, what were they contemplating and studying at that time? That's at the end of they're recovering from the Civil War at that point. There's no telling what condition this area was like, and where they were looking for encouragement. And it's just that little piece of life.
That is incredible that you have that.
And I just love the personal aspects of all of that. And these are some of our churches, that this is Oak Grove, which is just down the road. This is what it looked like before. There was a bad series of tornadoes in the 1930s. And this is what happened afterwards. It was blown away. And then this is the church that was rebuilt afterwards, which is still an active congregation today. I don't have a picture of the Macedonia church, but it's just down the road from Oak Grove. It was also blown down during the same tornado. And both churches were rebuilt within a year. And the story with this is that all of those stones came from the fields of the members of the church. They would bring them in and then they built it. Some of the newspaper articles that I found about the rebuilding of the church and the actual tornado that came through, it was a huge outbreak, kind of like what we've seen recently. But these are all the locations across Alabama, Georgia, and into Tennessee in 1932 that were really impacted, and talking about the death tolls and the devastation. But it also shows you how community can come together after such devastation.
All right, let's sit. We sit together.
Yeah. It's like my feet don't dangle. This is actually for a wooden bench, basically.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not like so wide here that you're kind of can't bend your knees in a good spot.
Right. Or whoever was building these were thinking about the people who were going to be sitting on them.
I love it.
And you can tell some of the spots that are worn. It's smooth.
I'll look down. Yeah. How many hands have touched this? How many people have sat here and prayed? How many people have sat here and cried?
Right.
Or just even spent time as a family together, in this space.
Exactly right.
Every place I stop, I find another reason to believe that our stories matter, even the quiet ones, even mine. I'm Sharon Klein.
Look at that bike.
And this is History Highway.